Guys, listen, if you are in your early 20s or early 30s, I have some gems that I want to remind you of. Number one thing that I want to share with you guys is that you don't have to have it all figured out. You really don't have to have everything figured out. I know the perception and the conception that we see these days is that at this age, or whatever age you are, you're supposed to have things figured out. Mainly for the young people in their early 20s, the pressure of having things figured out is at this level. But I want to remind you and encourage you that actually that's not true. Whether you're in your early 20s or early 30s, you actually don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to have everything figured out. That is a misconception, and that applies a lot of pressure to yourself. So do not let that be a thing that consumes you each and every day. Do not beat yourself down for not having every single aspect of your life figured out. That's how we grow. It's meant to happen. You're not meant to just get to your early 20s and boom, everything is figured out. You know exactly where you're heading and so on and so forth. And this is where it leads us to number two, which is the following. Guys, you will struggle. You're gonna struggle and you're gonna be confused. Yes, you will struggle. Whether you're in your early 20s or 30s, you will have a phase or more where you will struggle, where you will be confused, where you will be uncertain. But that's normal. That's part of growth, right? Where you get that point where it's like, you know what, I'm not really sure what to do in my life. You know what, I thought I wanted to do A, but my ass is getting kicked because I thought that was my passion, that was my dream. But that's not to say that you should give up, but it's just to remind you that you will struggle, but within that struggle, that's where growth comes from. When you learn, when you go through hurdles in life, then you start realizing, that was meant to happen. Just be patient with yourself, and whenever you're struggling, of course, turn to God, pray, meditate, pray and pray and pray, but you will still struggle. That's just a reminder for you guys, alright? Okay? Number three, guys, is my number three advice that I want to give to you guys is to make as many friends as possible. There is something special about making friends. As we get older, obviously, most of our friends, they also get older and they start to do their own thing. Whether you were a group of 10 people, at some point in your late 20s, early 30s, some people will be doing things totally different from what you've been doing. So it's important to make as many friends as possible. So when you get in your early 30s, early 40s, you've got friends from your early 20s, and it's not going to be all of them, but it's going to be one or two people that will stick with you along the journey. So it is really crucial to make as many friends as possible, people that you value, people that you see yourself grow together. Okay, that is very important, guys. Make sure you've got friends out there that you can count on. And number four, guys, my number 4 points here I'm going to make to you guys is to be curious and be open-minded. Curiosity is really one of the things that I feel like is the reason why I try different things. It's the reason why I make videos on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. It's the reason why I see, this is good. Let me try that. I've made quite a few videos on this channel so far, over 100 plus videos. And every now and then I'm looking at the video, I'm curious about if I make a video more like this, how would people react? So be curious, be open-minded so you can try new things, so you can learn to put yourself out there, not just put yourself within a box, which most of us do that. We put ourselves in a particular box and we say, this is who we are, and that's it. Whereas when you're open to change, when you're open-minded, when you're curious about different things in life, then you experience more in life, and then you learn more, then you start to realize, actually, I like doing this sort of stuff. I don't quite like doing these other things. So by doing that, guys, that you're gonna learn so much about yourself. Okay, that's my fourth advice for you guys. But last but not least, guys, I personally feel like this is a very important one. It is to be obsessed with growth. Be obsessed with getting better, being better. Be obsessed with just like growing in every single aspect of your life. Like when you have that hunger to, I want to be better, when you learn that, okay, I'm not perfect here, but I can improve here. I can do better this side of my life. Let me try and keep on learning each and every day. There's something about having a growth mindset. There's something about being open to change. There's something about being obsessed with growth, to just be better. Like, what's going to happen? You become so much better than what you were yesterday. And at the time we die, it's like, man, I try my best to be a good human being, to be a good person. So these are 5 gems, guys, for you guys out there. If you're in your early 20s, early 30s, just consider these things I mentioned. They are crucial in my opinion, but then again, we are entitled to our opinions. But you guys have a lovely day, and I'll catch you soon in my next video. Ciao, ciao. Bye.